Hi guys, so today I'm going to talk a little bit about the agricultural side of things. I've been travelling around on trains a lot recently, so today I went to Margate in the east of Kent and there were a lot of fields on the way, so a lot of crop fields and stuff. A lot of them looked pretty bare, like grass, and I think that might be because there's a bit of crop rotation or that the crops haven't started coming through yet. So it got me just thinking about the agricultural system a little bit. And I noticed how much land was actually being used for the fields. And if you think like that patch of land is probably, I can't guess how much it's feeding, but I can't imagine that much, especially with all the food waste that actually happens after crops are um, harvested. There's a lot of deformed fruits and veg that don't quite make the cut, so that they're thrown away. So yeah, so I was thinking about how much land is actually used, and perhaps how we could improve the agricultural systems by kind of stacking crops essentially, like shelves of dirt and mud, and then the crops between each shelf. Obviously, you'd require quite a large structure, so it'd be like a building in itself, but at least you could use the same patch of land but get a much higher yield out of it as long as all the vegetables grow. So, yeah, just got thinking about the agricultural system. Also, on my way through forests and such, there's lots of like trees on banks of the railroads. So when there's a patch of forest, I kind of like looking through the trees. It's all very much monoculture still in there, like just one type of tree basically, and not much undergrowth. So it's sad that even those natural areas are quite bare. And so in a lot of them as well, there's rivers that run through the woods, and again, very bare land, like very monoculture, not many reeds by the rivers. So maybe governments could fund, if they funded wildlife conservation charities, they would help to put reeds in place next to the rivers, and obviously that's going to help with the stability of the riverbed, so it won't create so much runoff and the river will stay the same depth that it is without much sediment going in to make it a very shallow river. Also with the reeds, that can help support wildlife, of course, such as bugs and small birds. Some birds even build nests inside the reeds themselves if they find a particularly strong stalk. But also birds can use the reed material as bedding for their nests. So having reeds there obviously helps a lot of wildlife to find food and find shelter. So that was something that I was thinking about also today. In one of the forests, I saw some kegs of oil, unfortunately. I think it's called Consta, like Consta. And I looked it up what this could be, and what I found from it was that it's a type of chemical that is used in producing drugs for schizophrenia. So it's kind of like an antipsychotic drug. And there was 3 kegs of it, maybe empty, maybe has some residue, maybe it's being dumped, But yeah, just 3 kegs. I was quite upset and disappointed with that. But yeah, that's also just something that we could improve, is fly tipping within the forests. And I'm pretty sure that everyone has noticed when they use trains, particularly between big towns, if there's a lot of houses going backing onto the train track, there will be a massive pile of junk that's just thrown over the fences and kind of forgotten about because no one actually goes down the railroad track. But obviously a lot of animals and birds and bugs use those areas as home and foraging ground. So again, another important place to start thinking, like, we need to keep that tidy. And obviously if we did that across the whole of England, that would be a lot of waste that is collected and potentially used for something else, perhaps burned to make energy. So yeah, it's just mad how all of these things are coming to mind just by looking out the window of a train. So yeah, that's basically my day. I hope that these are things that you can like kind of relate to, and if you do, let me know in the comments and I'll have a little chat with you. That would be nice. So yeah, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. Alright, thanks guys, good night.